Hello, I want to thank everyone for coming this morning. My name is Cornett, and I'm going to be doing the speech, Enhanced Interrogation Techniques Save American Lives. Just want to thank you guys for coming. Alright, let's get started. Enhanced Interrogation Techniques Save American Lives. What we're going to be discussing today is what exactly enhanced interrogation techniques are, how enhanced interrogation techniques save lives, and the reason why the United States should keep enhanced interrogation as a tool to keep us safe. Enhanced interrogation is defined as the act of questioning or examining by questions. According to Brian Ross and Richard Esposito of ABCNewsGo.com, they had a story called CIA's Harsh Interrogation Techniques Described. These are the techniques that the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, used on captured terrorists in recent years. The first one they had was called the attention grab. The attention grab, the interrogator will forcefully grab the individual by their clothing or their arms and shake them a little bit while asking questions. The second is called the attention slap. It's an open hand slap to the face. It causes pain and trigger fear to get them to answer questions. The third one is the belly slap. It's a hard open hand slap to the stomach area. The reason they do it open-handed is not to cause internal injuries. Doctors said they consulted doctors, and doctors advised if they were to use a closed fist to punch the stomach area, that it could cause internal damage. So they didn't want to do that, so they go with the open hand slap to the belly. Then they have the fourth one is a long time standing. It's where they have the individual stand and usually handcuffed or feet shackled to the middle of the floor so they can't lean on anything, and they can stand there for up to 24, 40 hours, 48 hours, ever how long it takes to get them to talk. It causes exhaustion and sleep deprivation, and it's real good for causing them yielding confessions. Also, they have is the cold cell. It's where they'll have a prisoner kept in a cell naked, and a temperature around 50 degrees, and throughout the time they'll toss cold water. That'll be doused in cold water. And the final is called waterboarding. It's where the prisoner is laid and bound on a board, flat table, feet slightly elevated, and water. They'll put cellophane or some type of towel or something, clothing over their face, and they'll pour water directly into the face of the person being questioned and interrogated, and it'll last for about 25-30 seconds, and then they'll just keep repeating it over and over again. Usually it triggers a gag reflex, and the person that's being waterboarded will think they're drowning, and they'll yield confessions. Most of the time they'll tell you what they know. So now that we know what the enhanced interrogations used by the CIA are, we'll take a look at how these have yielded confessions. And according to Terry Jeffries, a reporter for the Florida Patriot, he did a report called CIA Waterboarding Produces Intel That Stopped an Attack on Los Angeles. He did some interview with a CIA source, and the information that he obtained from that source was that after they captured Al-Qaeda terrorist Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, they used waterboarding technique on him. He provided the CIA with information that allowed the United States government to close down a terrorist cell that was tasked with flying jets into buildings in Los Angeles. Also, enhanced interrogation of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed also led to the capture of Radon bin Asomudin better known as Hambali, and by waterboarding him and using these interrogation procedures on him, they were able to shut down the Ghuraba terrorist cell, which was a 17 Jihad Islamic cell. They were tasked with executing more attacks on American citizens inside the United States. So now that we know what they are, and we know what terrorist information we can get by using them, we'll talk about how why the United States needs to use these enhanced interrogation procedures to keep us safe. Okay. For just a moment, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine that the person you care most about in this world has been taken captive. They're being held hostage by gunpoint, knife point, whatever, and you have somebody that you know that knows exactly where they are and what they're doing. That person is doing nothing but taunting you and laughing and making fun, and they say you got 24 hours or your loved one or person you know is going to be brutally killed. What would you do in this moment? What would you do in this moment? Say a person come up and told you, hey, if you let me use one of these techniques on them, I'll pour some water in his face, I'll get him to tell you. So they use waterboarding on the suspect, and your loved one is saved because of this situation, because of the waterboarding. Do you think that would you say that this is illegal, or this should be banned, or this should be forbidden from use? Or would you be thankful that your loved one was saved because of it? I think you'd be grateful for this person using waterboarding and these interrogation techniques to save your loved one. So, if these techniques, we went over what interrogation techniques are, we went over how the information we can obtain by using them, and now we know that we need them. The United States can use them, and they can save American lives. So, if it only saves one American life by using these, to me, it's worth it. But here's one more reason why we should use interrogation techniques, these enhanced interrogation techniques, to save American lives. Thank you guys again for coming, and that'll conclude my speech.